Ahoy, my curious cohorts! Today we dive, pun very much intended, into the deadly depths of Norse mythology to meet Ran, the goddess who gives dragging you down a whole new meaning. Ran, the queen of drowned souls, the collector of sunken treasure, and, let's face it, the original Oceanic femme fatale. That was bad. Either way, let's get straight on into it. So let's start from the beginning, as one does. Who is Ran? Ran is very much a figure of great intrigue and mystery, as many lesser-known Norse goddesses and gods are. Some call her a giantess, and others, plain and simple, just a goddess. Either way, she ruled the ocean depths alongside her husband Egill, the jolly, friendly king of the sea. But where Egill is about parties and mead, Ran, well, let's say she got some darker hobbies. She was very much seen as the dark and mysterious and even evil side of the ocean. With her massive fishing net, she roamed the seas, not to fish, but for the unfortunate souls who dared to sink to her domain. So as thus, dragging this giant net, catching anyone unlucky enough to demise into her waters. All fine and dandy so far. Ran, her husband Egill, the dark side of the ocean, the jolly good time of the ocean. Where did they live? Well, I'll tell you. Her lair was actually called Ran's Hall, and it is the stuff of legend or mythology. Either way. Picture this, if you will. A palace glowing with gold, overflowing with riches, snatched from the doomed ships. But don't think you'll get in just by simply drowning. No way, Jose. If you wanted to make sure you got in to Ran's Hall and into the festivities that this little underwater Death Valley had to offer, you needed to drown bearing gifts and some bling. Gold, I mean. There's a famous story even about a captain who gave all of his men a gold ring when they went out into their adventures, simply making sure that their souls would forever be having a big old party down in Ran's Hall the day they shuffled off this mortal coil down into the ocean. That's kind. And then, of course, a little about Ran herself. For example, her name, Ran, actually derives from the word rån, which means to steal. And that she did. Steal the souls. Huh? Well, makes sense, total sense. And thus, as Ran's name obviously speaks volumes, poets even had a euphemism for drowning, and they called it going to bed with Ran. So, of course, as most mythological or folklorian creatures, she did get a bit sexualized. But was it very romantic? Maybe? Terrifying? Absolutely. Ran and Egill also had 9 daughters who personified the 9 different types of waves, representing the wild, untamed forces of the ocean. Just like their mom, they were fierce, beautiful, and probably a reason why Poseidon or Triton or anyone else ruling any seas would be looking over their shoulders. And to end this short little introduction to Ran and Egill, I'm gonna read a little snippet from an Old Norse tale. It's about a man called Egill, and he was a Viking who had deep resentment against Ran because of the losses he had suffered. His sons had drowned at sea. In this fiery poem, he he wants revenge against her, and it's very raw, emotional, pure Norse drama. Here we go. Heavy for me was the hole that the ocean ripped in my father's family tree. I know the void shall remain unfilled, the wound after my son the ocean stole. Much has Ran stolen from me. I have been robbed of everyone I loved. The ocean ripped all of my family's bonds, a hard mooring line of myself. I know if only the sword would do in this case, the beer brewer's life would end. If I could, I would go to war against Egill and his wife. So, next time you're out on some oceanic adventure, make sure you got some gold on you just in case. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a members first video, so I'll be uploading it there first before it becomes public. Just a little jaunt into the very murky waters of Norse mythology. So yeah, leave your favorite oceanic myths in the comments, like, subscribe, do all that, it really helps. And thanks to all my Patreons and my members. You mean the world, and I couldn't do this without you. So until next time, keep your feet on dry land, but stay hydrated anyway, by other means, of course, and amazing, and of course, morbid. See you soon. Bye bye!